London. It's interesting, in the 1881 census of London, they reckon that the population of London hit 5 million. In 2016, as they say now, it's 8.6 million people in London, and growing. And so London is made up of a diverse number of nationalities. It's always been that way. Yes, London has a very diverse history. Now, despite all the hoo-ha about immigration and all that sort of thing, England is basically a land made up of immigrants. Well, there's been several invasions and everything like that, where you had the ancient Britons that were first here, I suppose, way back in those times. Oh, look, we've got some wines here. Mind you, that queue's pretty small compared to what it gets like in the middle of summer. Yeah, so London, you had the ancient Britons here, and then the Romans came along. Now, the Romans came along, Julius Caesar landed the shore, and he sort of had a bit of a skirmish and that, and then went back to France. But the Romans eventually established themselves here in London in AD 50 AD, or 43 to 50 AD, and eventually London grew, but at one point London was abandoned for some reason. But some years later, London became a city. People started to settle in London again, and London then you get these. Well, the Saxons came along and invaded England. Yes, the Saxons came along and invaded England. Then they settled here. Then the Danes came along. They set up shop in York, which became basically the centre, basically the capital for the Danes. But they came along in England. And then in 1066, you had the Battle of Hastings when the Normans come along. And yes, so the Normans established themselves in 1066, and England then had not had an invasion since. But England has always had, well, so to speak, immigrants coming through from the continent. You had the Jews, the Poles, you had the, many different nationalities, all adding their mix to what has now become England.